Let's pay homage to the lineage gurus. Homage to the Venerable Monk Liao Ming. Homage to Master Sakya Tsongkhong. Homage to His Holiness the 16th Karmapa. And homage to Master Dubdan Torchi. Homage to the three jewels of the altar. Homage to the main deity of the group practice this evening, Padma Kumara of the Maha Twin Lotus Ponds. Sumo Danchen Gatso Tutan Siti. All Dhamma masters, Dhamma educators, Dhamma teachers, Dhamma instructors, and Dharma assistants, temple directors, and all disciples present here and over the internet. Good evening, everyone. How do you do? Greetings in all different languages.
Hola amigo. Que quiero mucho. Sugoi. Ichiban. Kimoji. Jumi. Yapi. Purin purin. Konbanwa.那今天像在做梦一样。
Today it's like in a dream.
这个法会也过了，
So
也做了，
the ceremonies have passed, and the life essence burial ceremony has also passed, and we still have so many people here.
我以为
I thought after the grand ceremonies passed, and after the life essence burial ceremony, that the gathering will dissipate. But it turned out that there had been many new visitors.
差不多像 COVID-19
I'm thinking
这个 BA5
like the COVID-19 BA5.
管它是 AB 还是 BA 了。
Not sure if it's AB or
颠过来倒
BA.
过去，
Back and
该中的也都中了，
if you're supposed to get it, you got it. If you're not supposed to get it, you won't.
师尊啊，命不好，
And Grandmaster is not
什么都没
is
有中。
unlucky because I didn't get anything.
眼看他人都中了，
I've seen other people got it,
心中产生了一种烟。
and I feel
人家
resentful
在房间里面
because they can
睡觉，还有
sleep
人送饭，
at their own inside their own rooms,
什么
and
都不用做，
meals will be delivered, and they can be resting and don't have
仍然
to
每
do
个礼
anything.
拜六、礼拜天都一定要坐在法桌上说
But
法。
I still have to be seated on Dharma thrones every Saturdays and Sundays, giving Dharma teachings.
3年了嘞，
It's been
已
3
经3年
years.
了嘞，老天不公平。
It's unfair. Right? Many people said that they got it. And then they went into hiding. And then disappeared for a week or 2 or 3 weeks. And when they got out, they have had enough sleep. And they didn't lose any weight. Instead, they gained some weight. So, did they really get it, or they were just being lazy? The one who was close to me, who's helping me painting every day, is Reverend BN here. Her test is already negative. How come she's still in hiding? Only today she became negative. She's got it twice in a row, like winning a lottery. Twice in a row. And she's closest to me, right? And I've never gotten even once. So it's not fair. And she could take a rest and sleep and had meals sent to her. If I had gotten it, then I wouldn't have to come up here and give teaching. I don't have to write. I wouldn't have to paint or to give spiritual consultation. And I just sit in the tantric quarter and people will knock on the door and send food. So instead of living such a wonderful life, I have to work so hard every day. It's been 3 years and I wish that I had gotten it. That's why I never won the lottery either. Because it's in my destiny that I don't get anything. It's the highest risk for me. See, everybody is wearing a mask, but I am not. Because I have to speak. Wearing a mask impedes me to speak. And during the grand ceremonies, there were so many people and I didn't wear a mask. And the spiritual consultation, they came in my consultation room and they all got it. And there were many who got it and came, and there were many who got it after they came. But I was the one giving consultation and I didn't feel anything. I often asked them, how did it feel to get COVID? Some people said they had a fever, some people said they had sore throats, some people had headaches, some people had weakness in their limbs. I missed the tune. And there's some aftermath. But I noticed the people who've gotten it seem to be fine, no aftermath. But I never got it. The only peace I have is every Saturdays on top of the Seattle Lezang Temple's Dharma throne. During the Dharma practice, I can close my eyes quietly. It's the only enjoyment I have. Last night, when I practiced the thousands of Dharma vessels Bardu deliverance, and it ended at 2:40 a.m. before I got to bed. And every night like that for 3 years. So let me tell you, it's not easy to be Padma Kumara. In the future, I will not be a Padma Kumara anymore. I will choose one that is easy. It's not easy to be a Padma Kumara. In his destiny, he's busy all his life delivering sentient beings. So today, we practice Padma Kumara Dharma practice, and I shared my feelings about it. At first I thought after the grand ceremonies, people would leave. And so next week, my dentist, Gui Qing, when I was in my 30s, when I left Taiwan, I was in my 30s, and I took care of all of my teeth. But now, for over 40 years later, I need lots of repairs, maintenance. So they need to be maintained. So Dr. Gui Qing arranged starting next week for several times to take care of my teeth. So it might affect my schedules. They're all scheduled in the afternoon. It would distract my routine. I'm starting to take care of my teeth. I was thinking about starting to take care of my teeth, but it turned out there are still many people, and I had my spiritual consultation is still busy because there are stages of the teeth. There are some fruit flies flying around. They need my Bardo deliverance? They were flying overseas to see Grandmaster. Often, on Saturdays, I'm seated here and I'm half awake, half asleep, and someone brought a like a travel document standing next to me and said, Grandmaster, please sign it. So I signed it on his hand. And I asked, why? Why do you need my signature? And when they got it, they were very happy. So it seems that after I signed it, they can go to the Pure Land. So I saw them, several of them lining up today. Sometimes you would see that I'm signing. You know, I took a look and then I visualized signing them, and afterwards they left. Yeah, you may see there next to me. See, it's such a hard work to be a Padma Kumara. I just wanted to have some quiet moments in between sleep and wakefulness. I just wanted to rest a little, but the spirits came. Like for the 1,000 Dharma vessel Bardo deliverance, things happened every night. If you have read the books on the stories of the 1,000 Dharma vessels, they're in there. So the Padma Kumara in this lifetime has lots of hardship, not easy. Let me share a few jokes. Dad told Xiaoming, there's a little baby inside inside your mom's tummy. Would you like a little brother or little sister? And Ming replied, I want a little puppy. He wanted a little puppy. Ming's new girlfriend is called Zhu Jing. The first time he brought his girlfriend home in the village to see his parents. As soon as he got in, he said, Mom, oh, this is playful Chinese. Zhu Jing came. But it sounded like the pig entered the room. So chase him out. Because in the village, pigs were free to roam around. Yeah, this is playful of Chinese. My best friend said, let me tell you, I don't like to eat chicken wings. So I said, why? Most people don't like to eat chicken feet because they're dirty. In Hong Kong, it's popular. Chicken feet are dirty, but chicken wings are popular. And my best friend said, yeah, chicken feet would step on the poop, so it's so dirty, I wouldn't eat those. But how come you don't eat chicken wings? And she said, because maybe the chicken have some body odor. Do chicken have body odor? Once it's fried, it's tasty. The best way to lose weight is the chicken wings and a big cup of bubble tea. It's the best way to lose weight. Now we will get to the subject of Q&A. From Vietnam. Vietnam. And he's called Jimo Wang Jie. You are the greatest master of Vajrayana, and I got to know you from the internet. I have been practicing Tantric Dharma for 20 years, and I wish to have real spiritual experiences so I can benefit more people. Please teach me how to have real spiritual experiences. Thank you very much. From Vietnam, Jimo Wang Jie. He's been practicing Tantric Dharma for 20 years, and he wished to have some spiritual experiences. Maybe he hasn't experienced any good sensations. As for myself, I have real spiritual experiences. When I had not practiced any Tantric Dharma then. I was 26 years old. And Golden Mother, the Yidam, opened my third eye. And then I started to have spiritual experiences. So now my fingers extended. As soon as I concentrate my mind on the fingers, the fingers would open by themselves. And they would be like the needles in the instruments and moving, trembling. And only when you ask questions, they would move by themselves. I didn't move it voluntarily. They just move involuntarily by themselves. Like in our spiritual experiences, sometimes when we concentrate and we move the qi down, naturally, the whole body, it's like spiritual movement. If they don't move, they don't. But if you want it move, it would move.
甚至叫它牙齿动。
Or the teeth.
有听到牙齿的声音吗？
Did you hear the
牙齿它也会动。
tapping of the teeth?
叫它耳朵动。
Or the ears.
叫他眼睛闪光
and the eyes to emit light.
对，这个就是灵觉。
These are all spiritual experiences or sensations.
我才有的。
I had it after Golden Mother opened my third eye.
那师母现在很多灵觉。
And Simu now is having lots of spiritual experiences. Last night she told me the pillow where I do my yoga became a mountain, a hill. And her wheelchair became an animal with hair.
它前面一个吊灯就变成飞碟在飞。
And the hanging lamp became a flying saucer. And her painting, there's a beautiful lady inside the painting that would walk out from the painting and dance and then walk back in. And the painting would drop to the floor and then would flew back and hang on the wall. So Simu could see a lot. Those are also spiritual experiences. I think the most important thing about spiritual experiences is that where your willpower focuses on, then that part would be responding. So when you focus your willpower there, then it will happen. See, I've told you this. This is very light, right? It's very light. See, you can pick it up easily. But after I give blessings on it, now I'm trying to pick it up. Now it's stuck. It's sucked on the table quite tightly. I'm trying to pull it, but it just moves sideways. It's a different feel. You can try it yourself. It's easy to pick up normally. And then you disperse it, and now it's light again. No suction. But after the blessing, it's different. No, there's some suction. It's sucked onto the surface of the table quite tightly. But of course, if you exert, then you can. But it's heavier than before. And also for all the other things too. There's some spiritual energy in there. So we were talking about divination using the round table on the 15th of the 8th month, which is the autumn moon festival. So, accuracy in the heavens, accuracy on earth. Please come and guide on the Autumn Moon Festival. It was chanted in both Chinese and Taiwanese. And then like an Uja table, the divination table will move by itself. And you just place your hand lightly on it and it will move by itself. Those are all spiritual phenomena. As for myself, whichever part you focus on, then it would appear there. I use a thread, a string of thread and a pencil and a needle. So the thread, needle and pen together and on top of a map to find someone, and it would keep circling and circling, and finally it would stop where that person was. That's what we use to find somebody who was the son-in-law of our accountant, Teresa. And she said, we've looked there many, many times. But I said, no, it's right there. And then they looked again, and sure enough, they found him there. The son-in-law of Teresa, the accountant. So it does exist. And Lianhua Xiaofen, please stand up. Do you have any spiritual experiences? Yes. You know your relationship with the Golden Mother, right? Yes. So she has spiritual experiences. And Yixin? And the waitress. It's a nickname. Didn't see her? It's okay. She also have some spiritual experiences. How about Song Song? Do you have any spiritual experiences? Please stand up. Yes. So they all have some sensations. Those with spiritual experiences would have some sensations. But he wants to have real experiences in the spiritual term. All I can tell you is to be concentrating and think of it. Use your willpower to focus and don't think of anything else. Just focus there. Then it would definitely appear. Sometimes I see light or prajna light, a circle of light. And it's all white light, a circle, round light. And I said, I want to see who's sitting inside the prajna light. So I concentrate and focus on it. please show your palace. And then inside the Prajna light, a palace appears and it became colorful. And please show your 4 gates, the yidam and the mandala. And the yidam gradually appears at the center of the Prajna light inside the mandala. So the palace, the mandala, the 4 gates, and the yidam appeared. Then I know whose Prajna light that was. That's how it is. After full concentration, you can really experience it. If you see a drop of light, why doesn't it show like bright rays of trembling lights and sure enough, it does. And there's a disciple that see Amitabha Buddha with lots of lights radiated, very bright and wonderfully. Your mom.
头七回门的时候呢，我妈妈在梦中看到阿弥陀佛带我父亲回来。阿弥陀佛传身放大光芒，然后就是高大，我父亲变成就是普通的年轻的相貌。阿弥陀佛到
my dad became very young. And Amitabha Buddha had very bright light all around him, and my mom was very moved and emotional about it. Thank you, Grandmaster. So his mother had the spiritual experience and saw Amitabha Buddha in a gigantic body and radiating bright light all over. So if you want to experience true spiritual sensation, first you need to be focused. Because you're a spiritual cultivator and you've been practicing for over 20 years, yet you didn't feel anything. It does not mean that you do not have any spiritual experiences, but maybe with just with a hint. So to this Chimo Wangjie from Vietnam, since you can write to the foundation, why don't you request for a spiritual experience talisman, and I will send it to you, and once you take it, you would start experiencing it. Because the talisman has the power of Grandmaster Lu. Because you want to have the experience. You take the talisman, and then when you meditate and concentrate, then you would experience it. That's a method. So today, we will talk about the Vimalakirti Sutra. Last week, I talked about they displayed the fearlessness of lion's roar, which resonated like thunder. So, they displayed the fearlessness of a lion's roar, which resonated like thunder. When Vimalakirti did not or does not speak, his silence is like a thunder. Manjushri Bodhisattva shuts his mouth and he radiates a prajna light.
他们就算不说法，也是雷，也是光。
Even when they don't speak, they are also
也是雷，也是光。
thunder and
我们
light.
所有的，我为什么起名字？要是金母给我的名字叫雷藏寺。
Why did I name it Lei Zhang Temple, or the temples of the stores of thunder?
这个安静的时候，雷藏寺安静的时候，也是一样有雷。
So when the Lei Zhang Temple is quiet, it's all the same. There is thunder.
出去的话，就像雷震一样。
When they radiate light, it's like the rolls of thunder.
很安静的时候，雷是
Our thunder,
就雷藏。
when the thunder is silent, it is hidden
它
or
只要发挥
concealed.
的话，就是雷响，雷就出
But
去。
if they want to let it out, then that's the sound of thunder.
其所讲中乃如雷震。 说法的时候啊，
They
会
displayed
震荡到人的心。
the fearlessness of a lion's roar,
师尊
which
说法，
in this speech,
很多人
which
心里
resonated
都有接
like
受，像
thunder.
雷一样的响动。有时候他们也会
When
这个听
Grandmaster
师尊说法，自然他的泪流满
gives a
面，他泪流满
Dharma
面，
speech, their hearts is trembled
有
like
感应，有感
it was
动，
by a
泪流
thunder,
满面。
or they would touch and move,
后
and
面那一句
tears just
只有亮
fell
与
from
过
their
亮，
eyes.
这个
The
就
next
是这一句
phrase
话
is they had
在
gone
注解上
beyond
是这样子
gauging
写，
nothingness and
不
somethingness.
受时间跟空间的限制。
In the commentary, it was
大
written
菩萨
that
说法
they are
不受
not
时
bound
间跟空间的
by the time and spatial dimension.
没有拘束，时
They
间
are
空
not
间都没有
limited
办法阻止。
by time and space.
我觉得释迦牟尼佛很厉害，
I
他哪
found
里厉害？
Sakyamuni Buddha to be incredible.
一
How come
口清净水，
a cup or a mouthful of clean water
如果不持咒，
contains 84,000
犹
of
如杀众生。
microbes? If you don't chant
他
mantras,
知道水里面
then
有
it's the
细菌，
same as killing sentient beings. So
在
he
印
knew
度啊，
that there are germs inside water.
2600多年前，
That was 2,600 years ago in India.
科学还没有那么文明。
So
什么
the
是细菌？
science was not very
释迦
progressive.
牟尼佛能够知道水里面有细菌，
What is a germ? And Sakyamuni Buddha knew that there are germs
就
inside
是
the
他
water.
本身他已经很厉害了，
So he was incredible.
他很细的他都知道，
So he
很广
knew
大的他也知道。
about something so
佛经里面讲的
minute and also about so vast,
3000
about things that are so
大千世界。
vast. The sutras speak about the
这个其他
3,000
宗教都没
great
有讲
thousand
3000大千
worlds,
世界，
which are not
其
talked
他的
about
宗
in
教都
other
讲一个
religions.
天堂，一
The
个
other
地狱，
religions
一个
talk
人，
only about one heaven,
没有
one
轮
hell,
回，
and one human world. No
大部分都
reincarnations.
讲这个天堂、
Most
人
only
间、
talk
地
about
狱，就
heaven,
这三个地方。
human world, and hell.
释迦
three
牟尼佛
places.
讲3000大千世界，
But Sakyamuni Buddha talked about
他那时
3,000
候没有望远
great
镜
thousand
啊，
worlds.
也没有显微镜
At
看
such
细
time,
菌，
there were no
没有望远
telescopes,
镜，
no
他能够知道
microscopes,
3000大千
and
世
he
界。这
knew
个望远
about
镜
3,000 great
也
thousand
是一样，
worlds,
天文台的望远镜呢。
and you require like
他怎么知
observatory
道太阳系
telescope to
一
know.
个小千世界就是一个太
How
阳
did he know that
3000
one
个
small
小千
world,
世界
one small thousand world, is like
就
a
有
one
3000
solar
个太阳
system?
系啦，
So with 3,000 great
变成一个
thousand
中
worlds,
千世界。
like 3,000 small worlds. 3,000 small thousand worlds, that's like 3,000 solar systems, and that's only one medium thousand world. And it requires 3,000 medium world makes up one great thousand world. And then he talked about 3,000 great thousand worlds. And not only that, there are countless 3,000 great thousand worlds. Just imagine how big the whole universe is. Do you know? You don't. But Sakyamuni Buddha has talked about it. So he talked about 3,000 great thousand worlds. That was spoken by Sakyamuni Buddha. So a Buddha is a Buddha. It's different. He could see the most minute germs, and he could see the most vast, the infinite world. When he closed his eyes, he passed through trillions of Buddha verses in the West. 1 billion pure lands. It's spoken in the Amitabha Sutra. So after passing by 1 billion Buddha verses before you get to the Sukhavati, you can imagine how far that is. And he knew. And it's never spoken in other religions. But in the Buddhist Sutras, they talk about this. 3,000 great thousand worlds is vast. It's infinitely unimaginable. So it's immeasurable. You cannot measure it. And you can't even imagine it. Yet the Buddha knows. And the great bodhisattvas are also close to being a Buddha, and they also know. It's immeasurable. They can talk about something far, far away, so far from our Saraha world to Sukhavati. You know how far it is? It's immeasurable. It's impossible to measure. We have to pass 1 billion Buddha lands. And how long will it take? It's impossible to measure. You know, now the science is very advanced. The satellite wants to go to Mars and just keep going and going, and wants to take photos of the surface of Mars. And how long does it take? That's time. And it will, the length of time it takes to go to the sun, to all the solar systems, sun, Saturn, Neptune, Jupiter, Mercury, etc. And you have to pass by all those, and how long it takes. And that's only small thousand world. But Sakyamuni Buddha, that's immeasurable, 3,000 great thousand worlds. In terms of spatial dimension, it's impossible to measure. And in terms of time dimension, it's also immeasurable. So what it meant here is the great bodhisattvas, Dharma's speech is
像师尊啊，也知道过去是那个是宿命通。
like this. Grandmaster knew about his past lives.
现在的人
That's the transcendent power of
跟
knowing
过去的如
past
圣
and
愿，
future lives.
跟未来的如圣愿。
The present
你知道过去
people
你们的过去式吗？知不知道？
with the past Sangyen Lu and the
很
future
多人不
Sangyen
知道
Lu.
自己我
Do
到
you
底
know about
过
your
去是
past
做什
lives?
么？
Many people don't know what they were
确
in
实
their
有
past
过去
lives.
式。你知道
But
有很
past
多那
lives
个
do
那
exist.
大菩萨，他的
You know, many
过
great
去500
bodhisattvas,
世他都知道。
they know about the
未来500
500
世
past
他也知
lives
道。
and they know about the 500 future
这个就
lives.
是我们讲的 begin, began, begun， 是吗？
Begin, began,
过
begun.
去、现在、未来。
So the
begin,
past, present, and
began,
future.
begun。 过去、现在、未来3世，他全部都了解。
The past, the
了解
present,
过去，
and the
了
future.
解现在，
So they
了
know
解
about
未
the
来。
3 times. They
那
know about the
多远，
past, the
时
present, and
间
the
多广，
future.
已
You
过
know
量。
how vast that is? And it's beyond that.
无可量，没办法量，
It's immeasurable,
空间也没办
impossible
法量。
to fathom. And the spatial dimension too, and the
所以我曾
space
经
is
讲过，
impossible to fathom.
唐虞夏商周，
So I've said it, 唐虞夏商周，
秦汉四国，
秦汉
隋唐
the 4 kingdoms,
啊，
隋
唐宋元
唐
明清
唐宋元明清
啊，到现在
up till now.
这么长的时间，
That's a long
在
time.
周朝我就有，
But I was in the Zhou dynasty
在汉朝我也在，
and also in the Han dynasty.
在夏那个
And
西夏我也在，
Western Xia
西
dynasty,
夏我也在啊。
I
我都
was
提
there
过，
too.
西夏我也在
I've
西夏，
mentioned this.
也在唐朝，也在周朝，也在汉朝，
And Tang dynasty,
甚至于我在明朝
and also Ming dynasty.
都有我，
There,
但是不能讲为什么姚世金那天
I
跟我
was
讲，
all
你
there.
已经讲太多，
But I cannot talk about it because the Golden
过去
Mother
过
already
去
told me I've said
我的
too
未
much.
来，
Those were my past lives and
而
my
很多有
future
理解的
lives.
也知道他的过去是怎么样。
And many people with
都知道。
spiritual experiences also know about their past lives.
这个就是什么？
You know what this is?
无有量已过量，无有量没办法量，
Beyond measure.
过去、现在、未来，只是代表时间。
The past, present, and future, which represent time, and the 3,000 great thousand volt represent space.
没有办法量。
Who can measure the 3,000 great thousand volts?
你
Impossible
前知500
to
世，
measure.
后知500世，这是时间，
And knowing about the past 500
你也没有办
lives
法量。
and the
过量，
future 500
无有量
lives.
已过量，是这样子解释的。
So this is
但
how
是
I would
在他
explain
一般
this
人的解释
phrase.
下，不受时间跟空间的约束。
But typical explanations by other people is that they are not bound by or they are not restricted by time and space.
然后佛厉害嘛，佛自己讲3千大千世界，那就是空间。
So the Buddha said that the 3,000 great thousand worlds represent the space or special dimension. The Buddha was incredible. They knew about the smallest, which is the 84,000 germs.
我记得我小时候读过
You know, human beings are so
山高叶远，
insubstantial.
便道此山大如叶，若人有眼大如天。 便知山高业更阔。哇，对不对？啊，有这首诗啊。
There's this poem.
谁讲的？
When the mountain is far, it is small.
王阳明啊，王阳明讲的，那是理学的一个大师。
The poem of Wang Yangming.
他小的时候讲的。
When the mountain is high and the moon is far.
小时候他写的是王阳明写的诗。
Wang Yangming wrote this poem when he was young.
山很高，月亮很小。
The mountain is high, the moon is small.
说这个山呢，大如这个月亮。
So the mountain is bigger than the moon.
大如天。你的眼睛像天那么大的话，
if your eyes are as big as the heaven, you would know
月亮更广大。
that even when the mountain is high, but the moon is even bigger.
山高月远觉月小，便道此山大如月。若人有眼大如天。啊，人说山高月更阔。
Mountain is tall and the moon is far. You say the mountain is big, but if your eyes is as big as the heaven, then you know that the moon is even bigger. So, Sakyamuni Buddha, in Buddhism, there's this phrase that vertically across 3 times and horizontally across all dimensions. So Buddha Dharma can connect the past, present, and future, and then horizontally across all directions, that the 10 Dharma realms can be understood. And the 3 times, everything about the 3 times and the 10 directions can be known. The wife asked the husband, "Honey, you always say that my clothes are beautiful." And I thought about it and stopped and said, because if I say that they don't look nice, then you would buy new ones.
店员问一个顾客：“你爆米花呢，要甜的还是咸的呢？”
The seller asked, "You want a sweet or savory popcorn?" And the customer replied, "Just like me." And the seller said, "But we don't have ugly popcorn."
这个小学生作文
A composition by
作文的题目是这样
elementary school student.
我想有一个家
The title is I want to have a home. My dad
也有一个家
has his home and my mom has her home.
好像是多余的
And I feel like leftover.
有一张成家福
And at Dad's home, there's a family photo of Dad and his wife and my little sister. And at Mom's home, there's also a family photo. So my mom and her husband and my young brother. So I have Dad and Mom and sister and brother, but I am not on any photos. So I want a house. I want a home. So the teacher was filled with tears and said that the school is your house. Because his parents have been divorced. So dad and his wife and little sister and mom and her husband and little brother, but he's all alone. Okay, that's all for today. Om Mani Padme Hum.